This is the Green Project, and I'm Salvador Carriaga. Today, we'll be talking about fruit fermentation. Countries who eat fermented food live longer and are healthier. One of the reasons is because through fermentation, probiotic is created, and it helps your body as a whole, keeps you balanced and healthy. Fruit fermentation also creates many products after that. You can make drinks out of them. You can make vinegar, and some you can make wine, among many other things, through fruit fermentation. This is Salvador Carriaga. This is the Green Project. Still grow your own food. Yum, 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 yum. The beauty about living in a forest by yourself. Fruit fermentation is the preservation of certain fruits so that the shelf life will be extended, the products will be multiplied and even enhanced. Countries who eat fermented food live longer and are healthier. One of the reasons is because through fermentation, probiotic is created, and it helps your body as a whole, keeps you balanced and healthy. Fruit fermentation also creates many products after that. You can make drinks out of them. You can make vinegar, and some you can make wine, among many other things, through fruit fermentation. A miracle fruit. But one of the things that this fruit is best known for is that the miracle fruit serves as a laxative. If you have problem using the bathroom, take a swig of this, and in few minutes, you're running to the bathroom. Miracle fruit. If you're a newbie, a starter on fruit fermentation, let me suggest you choose your favorite fruits. Watermelon is a good place to start. Pineapples, they're yummy and they're good for the eyes. And down the line, as you acquire the taste of fruit fermentation, you can go to more serious stuff like turmeric or kamunggay and other superfood that's really good for you. When you take superfood and then ferment it, you enhance everything about not only the process but also the fruits itself. In fruit fermentation, it breaks down the micronutrients of the fruit that you're trying to ferment, whereby your body is able to absorb all the vitamins and minerals and benefit that that particular fruit can give you. As we get older, our body rejects and is not able to absorb as much as we were used to when we were younger. Fruit fermentation breaks down all these micronutrients so our body are able to absorb them even better. Fruit fermentation is also great for impoverished village where there is no electricity, where farm-to-market roads are more difficult. Through fruit fermentation, impoverished villages can preserve the fruit where they are. And through that, they're able to store them and sell them when it's appropriate or when it's able. Through fruit fermentation, it helps the economic well-being of communities, and most especially in cities. Fruit fermentation can serve as a substitute for harmful, dangerous, and expensive beverages like Coke. And Cokes are best used really to clean up your commode in your toilet. Pour a can of Coke in your toilet, leave it for several hours, and then after that, scrub it. Voila! Your porcelain will turn white as it was before. But seriously, if you want to eat healthy, fruit fermentation is the thing to do. It's tasty, it's healthy, and it can be inexpensive and cheap. In a minute, I'm going to teach you different materials that you will use in fruit fermentation. the things that I would like for you to remember about fruit fermentation, if you would like to do it in your home, is that fruit fermentation can maximize the raw materials that you have. When you're eating watermelon, for example, you just eat the red part of it, and the rest you throw them away. Well, with fruit fermentation, you can take the rinds and crush them and ferment them. Because remember, the best part of some fruits are right close to the skin. And through fermentation, it's able to suck all of that nutrients, ferment them for you, maximize its benefit, and voila, you can have them for as long as possible. As you advance your knowledge and acquire the taste of delicious fermentation, you can ferment your favorite vegetables. Marunggay is a superfood. Lots of vitamins and minerals in this thing. It increases milk production by 30% for lactating mothers. And it's got all kinds of great things. People call this the medicine cabinet in Filipino homes. You can ferment this. It will break down the micronutrients. Your body will be able to absorb the maximum possibility that this fruit or this vegetable or this leaf can give to you. That's the magic and the secret of fruit fermentation. When you finally acquire your taste on food fermentation, you can graduate to superfood. One of the superfood available out there are the turmeric and ginger. Turmeric is on the top 5 as far as superfood is concerned. They taste a little bit difficult. It has to be acquired. But once you're there, you can gobble as much as you can. Don't need to go and buy vitamins anymore. Hardly even have to go to the doctor because you're so healthy by the benefits that this God-given creation has given us. Fruit fermentation, food fermentation, any kind of fermentation is good for you. We're going to play a fun fact game with you. This one involves fruits that are magical. These red fruits are called magic berries. When you taste this, it tastes good and yummy. But even better, try eating something sour later on and you will see a huge difference of its original taste. All right, we've got several volunteers here, or victims as they may be. Put it in your mouth and eat it. Don't chew the seed, just eat it. Okay. Tastes good and delicious. Now, these are sour fruits. When you eat them, you will grimace in their sourness. But today, it's going to taste different for you. Just bite it, chew on it, and taste it. Also, go ahead. She didn't even grimace. And eat it. Don't chew the seed, just eat it. Okay. Now try mango. Mango. This is why this fruit is called magic fruit. It takes something that's usually sour and turns it sweet. Now you know the rest of the story. countries who eat fermented food are Korea with kimchi, Germany have their sauerkraut, Middle East, they have their sour milk. Some of these countries who eat fermented food on their daily regular diet may not be the richest countries in the world, but their citizens are the healthiest and the ones who live longer. The common bottom line secret is fruit or food fermentation. Try it. You will not regret it. The ingredients for your food fermentation or fruit fermentation are whatever it is that you like to eat or whatever you think is good for you and beneficial for you, and sugar. But not just any kind of sugar, definitely not the processed white sugar. The best kind of sugar you can use is what they call the muscovado, raw sugar. And right in the middle will be your brown sugar. Today we're going to use brown sugar just for the benefit of the eyes and as well as for the taste. Those who are beginners need to start with this and their favorite fruit and then graduate later on to more potent and more healthy and better for you raw materials. This is miracle fruit. The shell is hard as a shell. Takes a while to cut it. But the beautiful thing about this is after you get the meat out, you can use the shell for various different crafts. You can make them into alcancía, or you can paint and use it as a canvas. Muha ko kang panday kay mas paspas. We're halfway through. Eventually, we will finish this, unless I saw my fingers off.
A few inches later.
Oh, come on, come on. That's a professional. Okay. Instead of having to buy materials, you recycle, you reuse, repurpose, and you restore. You can try this at home, and you can make delicious vinegar. The best one I like is using guyabano. Guyabano gives you the best tasting fermented fruit. Thank you. Kung kakalibanga ka, kanunay sakit imong tiyan, give this a try. When you're fermenting fruits especially, this can turn into alcohol. If you're non-alcoholic like we are, don't worry. It doesn't have to make you drunk. You have to drink a lot of this fermented fruit juice to get drunk. So there's no risk of you getting drunk. Just add water. 1 part juice and 9 parts water will give you enough taste to turn it into beverage and still be healthy and good for you. You can increase the number of fermented juice and it will have more potent flavor. That's the secret of keeping your fermented fruit juice from making you drunk. Okay, so ito na siya. Na siya gamay nga smell. Pero imo ganing tilawon. On this side note, if you do not want to ferment this particular fruit and you just want to drink it as a juice, do what I'm doing, put them in a pot, add some water a little bit, and then boil it. And out of it, you will get the juice or just the water. The juice or water will turn violet and dark after it's boiled. Put them in the refrigerator. After 3 days, this bitter tasting, yucky fruit will taste sweet and delicious. That's why they call this the miracle fruit. Kung inom gani kag ingon ini, ayaw gyud og biyahe. Kay mangita gyud kag CR. So, one segment sa atong fermentation, no? Kita ninyo. Ano siya diha? And then, ato na siyang butangan o kini. Okay. So you cover it, you layer it lang. You layer it. Ya, butangan na punan nimo hangtod nga mapuno na siya. Mo ni makapadugay sa demo nato. The fair ratio in fruit fermentation is 50% sugar and 50% fruit. The sugar part of it will preserve the fruit and keep the bacteria from developing. That's why you have to have 50-50. 50-50 is a general rule in preservation, especially involving sugar. That's what you do when you make jam or jelly, as well as fruit fermentation. That's why it's not healthy for you to drink fermented fruit juice with this particular ratio. Too much sugar. But if you use it to flavor your water, it makes a healthy, yummy, and delicious beverage. And ang nakanindot niini kay fruit fermentation, if you do the 50-50%, ang shelf life niya is several years. Ang secret niya na is the first, fermentation, alcohol fermentation happens within 72 hours. After that, it doesn't get any more sour. Fermentation like this takes 7 to 10 days. After that, it's pretty much the same. So what you do is you reach a period of fermentation and then you just freeze it. Or you just close it. You just seal it. And it's good for several months, if not several years. Oops. Kini siya murag kuwang ang yung sugar, no? So you can see the layer niya. Gwapo gyud niya unta nini is to use the glass jar. So ang presentation niya is But for the purpose of our show, Green Project, you use recycled materials. You can do mango. Mango, pagkadaghan kayo mga mangga nga hagbong lang. Oh, instead of letting it rot, you ferment them and you make juice. And you can sell mango juice. Huh? Oh. There are stories they talk about kanang mga elephants who eat fruits nga mahagbong gikan sa kuan sa kahoy. And then after a while, the elephants fall down kay mahubog. Maybe a little bit exaggerated, but the idea is nahubog sila tungod kay ang prutas nga mahagbong mo ferment man na siya. Oh. So maybe the elephants are sensitive sa kuan alcohol, I don't know. I have one more kuan to ferment. Then after that, you can see that through fruit fermentation, you can start your own business. You can bottle this, put some nice label, make sure that it's clean, and sell them. For your fruit to ferment well, you need to cover it, make sure it's clean, and then hide it in cool, dark place. Not too hot, not too cold, cool, dark place. That's where the fermentation works at its optimum level. After a week to 10 days, you will have the best fermented fruit to enjoy. You cover it with a manila paper to keep the germs from coming in, but to allow the oxygen from coming out. The oxygen coming out is what will help speed up the fermentation process. In making wine, some people put a balloon, and when the balloon gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then when it explodes, you've got an alcoholic beverage. But that's not what we're trying to do here. So we cover this and you wrap it up there. Okay. So alcohol sugar, base nimo sugar.
20 minutes later.
And by the way, after you've taken the juice out of this, you can add some more sugar and then cook it. And you'll get jam or jelly. Nothing is ever wasted. And there you have fermented fruit juice. Enjoy. If you live anywhere, most likely by the end of the day, you will have plenty of leftovers. Much of it is fruits. And some of the fruits can go bad, but don't worry. The best time to ferment fruits are when they are about to go bad. Put them in the refrigerator, and then after you reach 1 kilo, 2 kilo, ferment them. And you'll get to have rich, healthy, delicious, and refreshing beverage. This is Salvador Carriaga. This has been The Green Project. Thank you for watching. Please join us again next time. I am Sal Carriaga, the host of BTV's The Green Project. If you are inspired by our show but you want to ask a question, or if you want to suggest something that you want me to teach on the program, you can post them on the comment section of this video on our Facebook page. You can also text me and find me on Facebook, and I'll try my best to answer your question or direct you to links and future seminars here in Butuan. Your question might also be answered on the program. Let's fight poverty and help break the cycle of dependency. Let's bloom where we're born and grow where we're planted. Let's build our country and community from ground up.